Unseen body areas and their impact on senior hygiene. Have you ever wondered why, despite showering daily and using deodorant, you still seem to carry an unpleasant scent? It's a mystery that many seniors face, and the truth is, most of us have been neglecting a few crucial body spots for years. As we age, it's easy to focus on the obvious areas, the underarms, feet, and intimate parts, while completely overlooking some hidden yet vital areas. These often forgotten spots, when not properly cleaned, can lead to body odors that affect more than just your health. They can erode your confidence and dignity, leaving you feeling embarrassed and less than yourself. The frustrating part is, you might not even realize these hidden spots are the culprits. With aging skin, reduced mobility, and changes in body shape, areas that were once easy to clean now require more attention. What we don't clean, however, can become breeding grounds for bacteria, dead skin, and sweat, leading to odors that linger no matter how fresh we think we are. But here's the thing. Taking care of these hidden spots doesn't have to be complicated. It's not just about smelling better, it's about feeling better. It's about reclaiming your confidence and feeling respected in your own body. With just a few extra moments in your daily hygiene routine, you can transform how you feel and how others perceive you. So, if you've ever wondered what's really going on beneath the surface, stick with me. In this video, we'll explore 5 hidden areas you're likely missing and how easy it is to clean them thoroughly with no discomfort involved. If you're curious to learn more and make sure you never miss a step in maintaining your freshness, make sure to subscribe to the channel. Your support means a lot and will keep us motivated to bring more helpful content like this. Quick question. Can you guess which part of your body is most likely to trap odor and bacteria? Drop your guesses in the comments below, and let's see who gets it right. The groin area and inner thigh crease. The groin area is a part of the body that many tend to overlook when it comes to cleanliness, but it is also one of the most sensitive and prone to odor if not properly cared for. The crease where the thigh meets the pelvis is warm, moist, and often tightly covered by clothing for long hours throughout the day. This creates an ideal environment for bacteria, sweat, and dead skin to accumulate. As we age, the skin around this area becomes even more delicate and prone to sagging and folding, which can trap moisture and debris, perfect conditions for unpleasant odors to form. Imagine Sam, a 74-year-old man from Denver, Colorado, who's always been mindful of his appearance. He shaves daily, wears fresh clothes, and never steps out of the house without a touch of cologne. For most of his life, he's felt confident and sharp, but recently, he started noticing something subtle but concerning, a faint, sour smell that would linger by the end of the day. At first, he couldn't pinpoint the source. It wasn't his feet or his breath. Those areas were clean as always. However, as time went on, the odor began to grow stronger, and Sam couldn't ignore it any longer. After a routine doctor's visit, Sam was surprised to learn what was causing it. The area around his groin, specifically the fold where his inner thigh meets his pelvis, had been neglected in his daily hygiene routine. The skin around this crease is particularly vulnerable, especially as we get older. It becomes thinner, less elastic, and more prone to irritation. Sam had been focusing on the more obvious areas, his feet, underarms, and face, but had been missing this sensitive spot. Over time, sweat and dead skin had accumulated in the folds of his groin, where moisture naturally gets trapped. Since Sam hadn't been cleaning this area thoroughly, the skin began to harbor bacteria, and that led to the subtle sour odor he was noticing by the end of each day. It wasn't just an inconvenience, it was a blow to his confidence and dignity, making him feel self-conscious even though he had always taken such good care of himself. The truth is, this isn't an uncommon issue. As we age, our bodies change in ways that make certain areas harder to maintain. We may no longer be as flexible or as mobile as we once were, and parts of our bodies that used to be easy to clean might now require extra attention. The groin. area is often one of those places, and if left uncleaned, it can lead to rashes, fungal infections, and most of all, unpleasant odors that can be both embarrassing and difficult to address. For Sam, this was a reminder of how even the smallest neglect in our daily hygiene can have a big impact. Fortunately, the solution is simple, and the steps needed to care for this hidden area don't require any special effort. The first and most important step is to gently wash the area during your regular shower using mild soap and warm water. A soft washcloth or your hand should be sufficient to reach the crease where your inner thigh meets your pelvis. It's crucial to be gentle, especially as the skin in this area can become more sensitive with age. Once you've thoroughly cleaned this spot, make sure to rinse it well and pat it dry. Moisture buildup is one of the leading causes of body odor, so drying this area completely is essential in preventing that sour smell from returning. In addition to keeping the area clean and dry, you may want to use a talc-free powder or a gentle, moisture-absorbing cream to help keep the area comfortable throughout the day. This will not only prevent moisture buildup, but will also keep the area dry, fresh, and odor-free. There's no need for harsh chemicals or scrubbing. Just a gentle routine can make all the difference. By paying attention to this often overlooked area, you can avoid the embarrassment of unwanted odors and ensure that you maintain your dignity and confidence. It's important to recognize that hygiene isn't just about looking good, it's about feeling good too. When you feel clean, fresh, and confident, you are more likely to go about your day with a sense of ease, knowing that your body is well cared for. Sam's experience highlights a common issue many older adults face. We often overlook certain areas of the body, assuming they're either too small or not as important. However, these seemingly minor areas can have a significant impact on how we feel and how others perceive us. The groin area, though often forgotten, plays a crucial role in your overall sense of cleanliness. As Sam learned, neglecting it can lead to issues that affect not only your health, but also your emotional well-being. The key takeaway from Sam's story is that small, simple adjustments to our daily hygiene routine can make a big difference in our confidence and comfort. Taking the time to properly clean and care for these hidden areas ensures that we feel fresh, dignified, and respected. It's not just about hygiene, it's about maintaining our self-esteem and feeling good in our own skin. So, if you haven't already been paying attention to this area, now is the time to start. You deserve to feel clean and confident every day, and keeping this sensitive part of your body properly cleaned is an easy step to take toward a more dignified and fresh-feeling life. The belly button and navel crease, one of the smallest areas on your body, yet one of the easiest to overlook, is the belly button. It's such a simple and unassuming part of our anatomy that most of us hardly think about it. But the truth is, if neglected, the belly button can become one of the dirtiest places on your body, particularly the deep inward belly button, which acts like a small pocket. In this hidden crevice, lint, dead skin, sweat, oils, and moisture can accumulate, often without us even realizing it. These deposits are usually subtle at first, but over time they can form a layer of buildup that leads to a persistent and unpleasant odor. And it's not just a minor issue, it can also lead to mild skin irritations and fungal infections, which only further contribute to the odor and discomfort. Let's take a moment to consider Linda, a 71-year-old woman from Orlando, Florida. Linda has always been someone who takes hygiene very seriously. She's known for her daily showers, keeping her clothes fresh, and regularly changing into clean outfits. For as long as she could remember, she prided herself on being meticulous in her personal care. But for the past several months, something was bothering her. No matter how fresh she felt after a shower, by midday, Linda started noticing an odd, sour smell emanating from her body. At first, she assumed it was just her imagination, or that perhaps her clothes weren't as fresh as she thought. But as the days passed, the smell seemed to linger. Even when she was certain her clothes were clean, her feet were fresh, and her breath was fine. It became a source of constant frustration. It wasn't until her annual doctor's visit, when she mentioned the smell to her physician, that she finally learned the cause: a mild fungal rash just beneath her belly button. The skin in that area had become pink, damp, and irritated, which was caused by a buildup of sweat, oils, and dead skin that had accumulated and gone unnoticed for weeks. Linda was surprised, as she had never suspected that such a small area could be the source of her discomfort. But as her doctor explained, the belly button, especially the deeper inward kind, is a prime spot for bacteria, sweat, and moisture to hide. As we age, the skin around this area loses its tone and elasticity, which means that it becomes more prone to accumulating residue in folds and creases. These folds are easy to miss, especially when you're in a hurry or when you assume that a quick rinse is enough. Unfortunately, simply running water over this area isn't sufficient to keep it clean. Without proper care, the belly button becomes a breeding ground for bacteria that can not only cause unpleasant odors, but also skin infections, rashes, and other forms of irritation. The belly button area, alongside the crease beneath it, can be a hidden pocket where bacteria thrive, especially as the skin becomes more delicate and folds over time. Linda had been washing her body with care, but she had neglected to address this small but critical part of her hygiene routine. The result was that the moist, warm environment in her belly button became an ideal spot for bacterial growth and fungal infection. The rash, while mild, was enough to cause discomfort and an unpleasant odor that clung to her clothes and lingered through the day. Linda's story is far from unique. Many older adults face similar challenges, even though they are often diligent about other aspects of their personal hygiene. It's easy to see how an area like the belly button can be forgotten. After all, it's not something we see often, and it doesn't seem as significant as other areas like our feet or underarms. But this tiny part of the body plays a bigger role than we might think in maintaining our overall cleanliness and confidence. The good news is that taking care of this neglected area is straightforward. A gentle, thorough cleaning during your daily shower is all that's required to prevent odors and irritation. First, use a mild soap and warm water to clean the belly button and the crease underneath it. You can use your finger or a soft cloth to reach into the folds and ensure that you're washing every corner. Be gentle, as the skin in this area is delicate and can become irritated if scrubbed too hard. Once you've cleaned the area, it's essential to pat it dry with a towel. Moisture is the enemy when it comes to body odor, and leaving the area damp can contribute to further buildup. For added protection, consider applying a talc-free powder or a gentle drying spray to the belly button area. These products help to absorb any remaining moisture and keep the area dry throughout the day. Not only does this help prevent odors, but it also keeps the skin comfortable and free from irritation. It's important to note that, especially as we age, we may need to pay more attention to areas that once seemed less significant. The belly button is just one example of how simple hygiene practices can make a big difference in how we feel and how we present ourselves to the world. Linda had no idea that this small area was contributing to her frustration, but once she learned the importance of cleaning it properly, she was able to get back to feeling confident and fresh, knowing that she had taken care of her body in every way possible. Taking the time to care for your belly button isn't just about maintaining a clean body. It's about preserving your dignity and well-being. By keeping this area clean and dry, you not only avoid unpleasant odors, but also prevent potential infections or irritation. And perhaps more importantly, you take one more step toward feeling fresh, confident, and respected, no matter your age. In the end, these small, often overlooked areas of our bodies are essential to our overall self-care. As Linda found out, paying attention to these hidden spots can lead to a more comfortable, confident, and healthier version of ourselves. So next time you step into the shower, don't forget to give your belly button the attention it deserves. With a few simple steps, you'll be able to maintain freshness and avoid the frustrations of unwanted odors. Behind the ears and ear folds, When we think about personal hygiene, our ears are often one of the last places we consider. However, for many seniors, the area behind the ears can unexpectedly become a significant source of odor. This might be surprising to some, but if neglected, the folds and creases of your outer ear, particularly the area behind the ear, can become a breeding ground for sweat, oils, and dead skin cells. These substances, combined with the moisture created from wearing glasses or hearing aids, provide the perfect environment for odor-causing bacteria to thrive. Let's take a closer look at Walter, a 76-year-old retired school principal from New York City. Walter has always been a man who takes great pride in his appearance. He's the type of person who keeps his beard neatly trimmed, wears crisp clothes, and applies cologne before leaving the house. He prides himself on presenting himself in the best possible way, with a well-groomed appearance that reflects his dignity. However, one day his granddaughter, who had always been close to him, gave him an unexpected compliment. She mentioned that he smelled different when she hugged him. At first, Walter was taken aback. He had always been meticulous about his personal hygiene and couldn't understand what she meant. But the comment lingered in his mind, and soon after, he began to wonder if there was something he was missing. Walter had always made sure to clean the visible parts of his body with care: his face, neck, and underarms. He thought he had a solid routine. But when he decided to investigate further, he realized something. The area behind his ears, an area he had always overlooked, had accumulated oils, dead skin, and sweat. It was as if he had been neglecting a small yet significant part of his body. Walter's initial assumption was that this area, being out of sight, would remain clean on its own. After all, how much attention could such a small part of the body need? But as he learned the hard way, this seemingly inconsequential area can cause a buildup of bacteria and unpleasant smells if not cleaned properly. The buildup behind the ears is not as obvious as other areas of the body. It doesn't scream for attention, yet it quietly accumulates. The folds of the ears, especially behind them, are prime spots for oils and sweat to gather. The moisture from wearing hearing aids or glasses can exacerbate this process, trapping sweat and dead skin that would otherwise be washed away. As the years go by, we may become less aware of these tiny details, assuming that because we cannot see them, they don't require as much care. But the reality is, when it comes to personal hygiene, what we don't see can often have the biggest impact. This is why Walter's story is not unique. It's something many older adults experience, but may not immediately recognize. Cleaning behind the ears is simple and effective, yet it's an area that many people forget to address in their daily hygiene routine. It requires only a few seconds of attention during your shower to keep the area fresh. The process is easy. Gently wash behind your ears with a soapy cloth or your fingertips, making sure to reach into the folds and creases. Using mild soap and warm water will prevent irritation to the delicate skin behind your ears. But cleaning alone isn't enough. After washing, you need to make sure that you dry the area thoroughly. Moisture is the #1 contributor to body odor, and if it is left behind in small areas like behind the ears, bacteria can grow, causing unpleasant smells. If you wear hearing aids or glasses, it's crucial to clean both your ears and the devices themselves. Hearing aids in particular trap moisture and bacteria, which makes it doubly important to include them in your routine. Clean the devices carefully according to their instructions, and never neglect the areas around them. Keeping your hearing aids dry and clean is just as important for maintaining your hygiene as keeping the rest of your body fresh. Walter's realization is one that many people can relate to, especially as they age. We all tend to focus on the larger, more visible areas when cleaning, but it's the hidden, small spots like behind the ears that often accumulate the most odor. Walter had no idea that a seemingly insignificant part of his body was causing the issue. After incorporating this step into his routine, he found that he not only felt fresher, but also more confident in his interactions with others. He could go about his day without worrying about a lingering smell and could hug his loved ones without hesitation, knowing that he had taken the extra time to care for himself. This seemingly small change made a world of difference for Walter. He was reminded that maintaining hygiene is not just about the visible areas. It's about caring for every part of your body, no matter how small or hidden. Whether it's the back of your ears, your belly button, or the areas between your toes, every part of your body deserves attention. The simple act of cleaning behind your ears is more than just about preventing odors. It's about taking pride in who you are and ensuring that you feel fresh and confident, regardless of age. Walter's experience is a valuable lesson for all of us. Paying attention to the forgotten areas of our body can help us not only maintain good hygiene, but also preserve our dignity and self-confidence. These small steps, like cleaning behind the ears, can have a big impact on our daily lives and interactions with others. With just a little extra care, we can ensure that we are always presenting the best version of ourselves, both to the world and to ourselves. So the next time you shower, take an extra moment to care for the small spots behind your ears. It's a quick, simple habit that can make a world of difference in how fresh, confident, and comfortable you feel every day. And just like Walter, you might be surprised by how much of an impact it has. Toenails and the skin beneath them. As we get older, the simple act of bending down to reach our feet becomes more challenging. Whether due to joint pain, stiffness, or limited flexibility, this seemingly small hurdle can lead to a major issue that often goes unnoticed: our toenails and the skin beneath them. At first glance, the feet might seem like one of the easiest parts of the body to keep clean, but as we age, they often become neglected. Sweat, dead skin, and dirt can easily get trapped beneath the toenails, and as the nails thicken with age, it becomes harder to spot the buildup. Over time, this moisture and debris accumulate, creating the perfect environment for bacteria and fungus to thrive, which leads to strong, sour odors. The problem is that no matter how often we shower, these odors will cling to our feet if we don't address the areas beneath our toenails. Let me introduce you to Gerald, an 81-year-old man from San Francisco, California, who takes immense pride in his daily hygiene routine. Gerald has always been the kind of person who values cleanliness. He showers every day, dresses in sharp clothes, and makes sure to present himself well. But one day, his daughter noticed something unusual: a strong, unpleasant odor that seemed to fill the room whenever she helped him remove his shoes. At first, Gerald was confused. He showered daily, so why was there such a persistent smell? It wasn't his socks, and it wasn't coming from his shoes. The odor was there, almost overpowering, whenever his daughter helped him with his feet. Determined to find the cause, Gerald went to see a podiatrist. After a thorough examination, the problem became clear. Gerald had been neglecting his toenails. The buildup of dirt, sweat, and dead skin beneath his toenails had been accumulating for months, and he hadn't noticed it. It wasn't an issue of hygiene. It was simply a matter of not being able to reach the area due to his aging body. As his nails had thickened over time, the debris beneath them had become more difficult to clean, and the odor had only grown stronger. This experience wasn't just about a foul smell. It was a wake-up call for Gerald. It became clear that as we age, there are areas we might not be able to take care of as efficiently as before. The toenails, one of the smallest but most significant parts of the body, require regular attention, especially as we grow older. As Gerald's case shows, even the most diligent person can overlook this area, assuming that simply washing the feet is enough. But the truth is, feet require more than just a cursory wash, especially when trapped moisture and debris can lead to real issues. The condition beneath his toenails wasn't something he could see easily, but the odor and eventual fungal buildup made it impossible to ignore. So how can you avoid this problem and take better care of your feet? The solution is simple, yet many people miss it. First, it's important to wash the feet thoroughly, paying close attention to the space beneath the toenails. A soft bristled toothbrush or a nail brush can work wonders when used to gently scrub around and under the toenails. This should be done at least once or twice a week, depending on your personal needs. Be careful not to scrub too aggressively, as the skin on the feet is delicate and harsh scrubbing can cause irritation. If bending down is a challenge for you, consider asking a loved one for help or visiting a foot care specialist who can help you maintain proper foot hygiene. Another crucial step is ensuring that the feet are completely dry after each shower. Moisture is the main culprit when it comes to feet odors, so you must make sure to dry between your toes and around the toenails thoroughly. Using foot powder can help absorb any lingering moisture and prevent it from building up again. One simple way to keep your feet in good condition is to rotate your shoes. Wearing the same pair of shoes every day, especially without giving them time to air out, can lead to a buildup of odor, which will quickly transfer back to your feet. A good pair of breathable shoes and the occasional airing out of your footwear can prevent this issue from escalating. Gerald's situation highlights a problem that many people face as they age. Foot care, which is often taken for granted in younger years, becomes more essential as we get older. We rely on our feet to carry us through daily activities, but when they are neglected, it can lead to serious discomfort, health issues, and embarrassing odors. The buildup of bacteria and fungus not only causes a foul smell, but can also lead to infections that, if left untreated, can pose significant health risks. For seniors, especially those with diabetes or circulation problems, foot health is of particular concern. Failing to address issues like these can lead to more severe complications down the road. Gerald's experience was a reminder that no matter how old we are, taking care of our feet is just as important as caring for any other part of our body. It's not just about cleanliness, it's about maintaining comfort, dignity, and health as we age. Proper foot care reduces the risk of infections, keeps the feet comfortable, and ensures that we can continue to move freely and confidently. When you take the time to address the areas beneath your toenails, you are not only improving your hygiene, but also improving your overall well-being. The smallest details make a big difference in how we feel about ourselves and how others perceive us. When you take the time to properly care for your feet, you're sending a message to yourself and to those around you that you respect your body and are taking steps to maintain your health and dignity. Gerald was reminded of this simple truth when he took the necessary steps to improve his foot hygiene, and the results were immediate. Not only did he feel better, but he was also able to interact with his loved ones with confidence, knowing that he had taken care of an important but often overlooked aspect of his personal hygiene. In conclusion, caring for your feet isn't just about preventing odors. It's about embracing the process of self-care that keeps you feeling fresh, confident, and healthy. So, make it a habit to clean beneath your toenails, dry your feet thoroughly, and use powder or other drying products as needed. If you can't reach your feet, ask for help, and don't hesitate to see a professional for assistance. With a few simple adjustments, you can ensure that your feet stay clean, comfortable, and free of odors, no matter your age. Just like Gerald, you'll find that a little extra care goes a long way toward maintaining your dignity and well-being. The eyed folds behind the knees as we age. Our bodies undergo numerous changes, and one area that often gets overlooked in daily hygiene routines is the folds behind our knees. These folds are warm and moist, providing the perfect environment for sweat, bacteria, and leftover soap residue to accumulate. It's easy to forget about this part of the body, especially when time is tight during a shower. But neglecting to clean these folds can create an unpleasant, musty odor that can cling to clothing and cause discomfort, particularly for seniors who spend long hours sitting, bending, or moving less frequently. Judy, a 76-year-old woman from Los Angeles, had always considered herself diligent when it came to personal care. She washed herself thoroughly in the shower, used fresh detergent for her clothes, and regularly cleaned her towels. Yet, No matter how much she adjusted her routine, a musty smell lingered when she changed her clothes. At first, she thought, it was just a result of her clothes being worn too many times, or perhaps her detergent not working properly. She even tried washing her towels more frequently, but the odor persisted. It wasn't until a routine checkup with her nurse that Judy discovered the true culprit. During the appointment, the nurse gently pointed out the damp, discolored skin behind her knees. Judy had never thought about this area while showering, but now it became clear that it had been a long-standing blind spot in her routine. The folds behind her knees, a warm and often overlooked area, had been harboring sweat, dead skin, and soap residue, which created the musty smell she couldn't identify. Judy felt both surprised and a little embarrassed. How had she missed something so obvious? Yet at the same time, she was grateful for the revelation, knowing that by addressing this simple issue, she could restore her sense of freshness and dignity. The solution was easy, yet effective. Judy began incorporating the folds behind her knees into her daily shower routine, using a warm washcloth and mild soap to clean the area thoroughly. After scrubbing the folds gently, she made sure to dry the skin completely afterward to prevent moisture buildup, which can lead to further odor. Within just a few days, the musty smell that had lingered for so long completely disappeared. Judy felt a newfound sense of relief and confidence. It was a small adjustment in her routine, but the impact was profound. Her daily hygiene routine now included this simple but important step, and it made a significant difference in how she felt. Throughout the day, she no longer had to worry about odors following her around, and she was able to enjoy her time with family and friends without the embarrassment of an unnoticed scent. For those with limited mobility or difficulty reaching certain areas, cleaning behind the knees can seem like a daunting task. However, there are solutions. A long-handled shower brush can make this task easier by allowing individuals to reach the folds behind their knees without bending or straining. For seniors with arthritis, joint pain, or other mobility issues, using a long-handled brush can be a game changer, ensuring that no part of the body is neglected. Adding this small but crucial step to your shower routine can help eliminate one of the most common yet often overlooked sources of body odor. It's easy to forget about the folds behind the knees, especially when there are so many other areas to focus on. But neglecting this area can lead to unwanted smells that can affect your confidence and well-being. Keeping this area clean not only improves your hygiene, but also contributes to your overall comfort. In addition to the physical benefits of cleaning behind your knees, there is an emotional boost that comes with maintaining a fresh, clean feeling. As we age, it's easy to feel like we are losing control of certain aspects of our bodies. We may notice changes in our skin, our flexibility, or our ability to perform certain tasks. However, by taking small steps, such as thoroughly cleaning areas we might overlook, we can regain a sense of control and dignity. This simple act of self-care can bring back a sense of normalcy, helping us feel more like ourselves again. For Judy, the process of cleaning the folds behind her knees not only eliminated the odor, but also provided a powerful reminder that taking care of our bodies is essential for our well-being. No matter how old we are, taking time for self-care is vital, and even the smallest areas can have a significant impact on how we feel. Whether it's a long, hard day spent sitting, or simply the buildup of moisture from sweating, paying attention to these often forgotten places is crucial for staying fresh and comfortable. It's easy to fall into the habit of rushing through our routines, but taking a little extra time to care for every inch of our bodies can lead to a more confident, comfortable, and healthy life. The folds behind your knees are just one of the many small areas that need our attention as we age. While these areas may seem insignificant, they can make a huge difference in how we feel about ourselves and how others perceive us. Regularly cleaning these folds ensures that you maintain a fresh, clean feeling throughout the day, and it can help you feel more comfortable in your own skin. The key takeaway here is that no matter how small or seemingly insignificant an area may seem, it's worth paying attention to the details. Our bodies, especially as we age, deserve care and respect. By adopting small habits that incorporate these hidden spots into our hygiene routine, we can enjoy a greater sense of confidence and freshness every day. Just like Judy, you'll find that a little extra attention to these overlooked areas will not only keep you smelling fresh, but also help you maintain the dignity and pride you deserve. The importance of thorough hygiene for seniors. As we age, certain areas of our bodies become more challenging to care for, yet they hold significant importance in our daily hygiene routine. Often, these areas are the ones we overlook the most. The creases behind our ears, the folds behind our knees, the belly button, the groin area, and our toenails. These hidden spots, while small and out of sight, can accumulate moisture, dead skin, and bacteria, leading to unpleasant odors that not only affect our health, but also our self-esteem. Aging doesn't have to mean that we lose control over these aspects of self-care. In fact, it's the very act of paying attention to these often neglected areas that can help us maintain dignity, confidence, and a fresh feeling throughout the day. The impact of good hygiene goes beyond just the absence of body odors. It directly influences how we feel about ourselves and how we interact with the world. For many seniors, the changes in their bodies can create feelings of frustration or self-consciousness. Mobility limitations, skin sensitivity, and the wear and tear of time may make some hygiene tasks more difficult, but that doesn't mean we should abandon self-care. It's about making the small adjustments that keep us feeling dignified and in control of our bodies. Take Sam from Denver or Judy from Los Angeles, both individuals who, despite their best efforts, faced challenges with hidden areas that had been neglected over time. For Sam, it was the crease in his groin area, and for Judy, it was the folds behind her knees. These seemingly insignificant spots had developed odors that affected their daily lives and confidence. But once they made the simple change of adding a few extra seconds to clean those areas thoroughly, they felt a renewed sense of comfort and freshness. It wasn't just about cleaning. It was about taking care of themselves in a way that showed respect for their own bodies. The groin area, for example, is one of the most sensitive spots, yet it is often the first to be overlooked. The folds of the skin, especially as they sag with age, create the perfect environment for bacteria and moisture to accumulate. This small adjustment, gently washing with mild soap and drying it thoroughly, can make all the difference in preventing uncomfortable odors and infections. Similarly, the belly button, behind the ears, toenails, and the folds behind the knees all require gentle attention to prevent the buildup of sweat and bacteria. Each of these areas may seem insignificant on its own, but collectively, they can make a noticeable difference in how fresh we feel. It's never too late to start fine-tuning our hygiene habits. By taking a little extra time to care for these hidden areas, we can feel confident, clean, and empowered no matter our age. We shouldn't have to compromise on hygiene or self-care simply because we've grown older. A few simple changes, such as using a washcloth to clean those hard-to-reach areas or applying talc-free powder to keep moisture at bay, can transform the way we feel about ourselves and how we engage with the world around us. So, the next time you step into the shower, take an extra moment to give these hidden areas the attention they deserve. Your body will thank you, and you'll feel better, more confident, and respected than ever before. The smallest adjustments to your routine can have a profound impact on your self-esteem. And in the end, isn't that what it's all about? Aging doesn't have to take away our dignity. It can enhance it when we care for ourselves with the same attention and love we gave to our younger selves. As we grow older, it's easy to overlook the small things that make a big difference in our overall well-being. The hidden areas we neglect in our hygiene routine can affect not only our health, but also our dignity and confidence. By simply paying attention to these forgotten spots, we can ensure we feel fresh, comfortable, and respected every day. Remember, self-care isn't about perfection. It's about maintaining your worth and taking the time to care for yourself. If this story has inspired you, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Your support motivates us to keep creating content that helps us all age gracefully and with confidence.